There is a star, she's out in the universe, and her name is Eta Carinea. Eta is a giant blue star. She is 7,500 light years away from Earth, and she's ready to blow up into a supernova any minute now. Eta's temperatures reach 72,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's just in her surface. That's hot. And in case you didn't know, a supernova is the death of a star. It's when a star gives away all of its power. It's when she gives away all of her energy until she dies. It is one of the many struggles of the universe. And another struggle is here on Earth, and it is in the boardroom. And seeing good people struggle in the workplace, especially talented, dedicated women, ignites a fire in me that burns this kind of hot. Seriously, when I see this, I have to do something. I don't want any woman to become a dying star. I spent 18 months working with 18 high-powered, high-ranking female leaders. And what I learned shook me. They were Anna, Adriana, Beatriz, Christina, Diane, Laura, Karen, Cynthia, Adriana, Elaine, Dana, Diana, Minerva, and Miss Lee. These ladies had a few things in common. They were all highly educated, they were confident, and they were well respected in their organizations. And they were all this close to getting their next, and in some cases, their last promotion to the top. These ladies were rock stars in their field. However, throughout their careers, and as they grew in their corporate America, they were told by other well-intentioned women that they needed to be stronger, that they needed to be more confident, less nurturing, bolder and louder. They believed that they needed to be stronger than the men and they needed to work harder than the men to be noticed, or that they will have to leave corporate. The truth is that not even working harder than the men worked for them. As a result, they felt bitter, frustrated, unhappy. They were exhausted. And they had something else in common. Each one of these ladies reported into a male manager. Some of them reported into a 100% board of directors that were all men. And this scenario is not uncommon in the industry in corporate America. It's actually more like the norm. And it might not be what you're thinking. It was not the women who brought me in, it was the men. These men care deeply for the development and advancement of women. So I said, what's the goal here, guys? And things got really juicy here. I remember Brian, he said, are you kidding me, Miss Lee? She can potentially replace me. John shared exciting plans for Anna, his protege, to lead an international assignment. Others didn't have a specific job, but they all wanted these mighty ladies to be ready. These guys were the women's biggest fans. So I found that ironic that they needed someone to come in to support these ladies. For what I was hearing, these women were already kicking some serious ass. So why me? Why not one of those executive leadership courses that Harvard offers? The data was not adding up. The data was not adding up, and every time I asked, I got a similar response. Something is off. Something's off. It's not performance. All of Miss Lee's projects are completed ahead of time, but Christina has lost her passion. Diane was taking things too personally lately, and Anna, way too distracted. These men shared with me that they really didn't know how to communicate with these ladies, and they were afraid they were going to lose them. They needed help. So on one hand, things are good, and on the other, something's off. That really sparked my curiosity. I had to get to the bottom of this enigma. So I became an archaeologist and I started digging. The first sessions were awesome. I felt I was becoming an advocate for these women. But as the work got raw and difficult, and when it was time for them to take a good look at their own mirror within the process, they all shared the same point of view. Christina said, all of this work might not be worth it. This is too difficult. Miss Lee, she was convinced that she was not appreciated or understood. And Anna, 100% certain that she will never get that promotion. And through this exploration, I uncovered that each one of these 18 ladies had the same story loop playing in their heads over and over and over. And they all said,
maybe it's because I'm a woman.
Maybe it's because I'm a woman.
Maybe it's because I'm a woman.
maybe it's because I'm a woman. They all said that. That's not it. No, that's not it. These ladies' perceived glass ceiling was so real that it was affecting the way they acted. And worse, it was affecting the way other people perceived them in the organization. They made it real. It seems that no one showed these people the data until now, baby. There is a game-changing study performed by the McKinsey Global Institute that proves that there are 9 leadership behaviors that are critical for the success of any organization. And they're here. Out of these 9, women apply 5 more often than men. 5! And those are people development, setting expectation and reward systems, role modeling, ladies, we walk the talk, inspiration, and participative decision making. So it's really not about pushing or being stronger or louder or bulldozing our way to the top. For us women, it's about creating an environment of professional and personal development that is geared to develop those 5 behaviors that come naturally to us instead of hiding them. And of course, working on leveraging the rest, developing the rest. And there's something else I dug up on my research, and that is that closing the gender gap can bring, wait for it, up to $12 trillion to the global economy. 12 trillion! Imagine the type of infrastructure that we can create with that money. Daycare in the office, flexible work schedules, home offices. How about drivers for the children activities? Any woman's working mom's dream, right? So it's not about a 50-50 approach when it comes to closing the gender gap. We are so good that organizations only need 30% of female leaders, senior leaders actually. 30% of us is all it takes to shift productivity, profitability, and innovation. It is called the 30% critical mass. And the theory is that if there's less than 20% of female representation, less than 20%, nothing will change. Either we don't speak up or the men can't hear us, but somewhere between 25 and 30, and suddenly women's voices are heard. So whether it's on a military camp, on the Senate, or on a corporate board, groups function better with diversity. And what happened to my 18 women? They're good. They worked on the 5 skills that came naturally to them instead of trying to hide them. They stopped trying to be a guy. And they partner up. They partner up with other talented women in their organizations to create that critical mass, that 30% critical mass. And that glass ceiling, that's gone. They shattered some glass. They're killing it. They're re-energized and they're happy. And there's this guy in NASA. His name is Kenji Kamaguchi. He's an astrophysicist. And he says that just before a star explodes, like my Eta, the cosmic rays that she puts into the universe create this amazing energy boost that re-energizes the whole galaxy. That is hot. Hot. We must re-energize our thought process around men and women. It's not about being equal. We're not the same. It's not about a 50-50 approach. It is time for men and women to partner up with this new data and start working on closing the damn gender gap once and for all. Thank you.